So why is this set in the Arkham series? Not really, why? So Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League came out, and been some controversy around the game itself. So this video is not about the gameplay, but more of the story it decided to take. And that is, do you think they just jumped ahead in telling the story of the Justice League? I feel that there's so many stories not told that we're missing out on to get to this major event. Before we get into that, let's talk about the Arkham series themselves, the main trilogy. Yeah, there's also Arkham Origins, but let's just talk about the main trilogy of Asylum, City, and Arkham Knight, and discuss the Batman portrayed in that series. In the first two games, it was almost like an isolated event that Batman was in, especially in Asylum where he's locked in all the other rogues gallery he has. And I think the main point of the Arkham series is to show that Batman is human, but he can take on all these villains by himself if he has to. Should he? No, but he can. Besides Oracle and even Alfred, we don't really see any of the Bat family until Arkham City. So essentially it is just Batman on the island on his own. And the series perfectly establishes that Batman can take down all these villains and still has the fight to keep going as the game takes place over a whole night. Same with City and same with Night. And while the game never really shows any other heroes, it never ignores them as well. But it's more to feel like an isolated event, because obviously if Superman or the Flash arrived in Arkham Asylum, the game would be over in 10 minutes. I think with the Arkham series, there was a slow introduction to the DC universe, especially with the isolated events that happened in Arkham Asylum. It seems almost like it was claustrophobic. Then you go to Arkham City, there's that gradual introduction to a larger area. And then eventually to Arkham Knight, we go throughout all Gotham. And I feel that there should be more of a gradual introduction than just being thrown into this world that we're supposed to know, or at least the universe is supposed to know. I think even the first reference of any superhero comes in around Arkham Knight. But it was done very subtly, as if to establish the whole universe outside of Gotham, but not giving out too much information all at once. For me personally, I think a Suicide Squad game would have been better if it was more of an isolated event. Sure, outside of Gotham, somewhere else obviously, but to bring the introduction back into a smaller scale story to gradually introduce a bigger threat. Brainiac taking over the Justice League is not a bad idea, but I think in many ways we never got to even see a Justice League at all in the Arkham series, technically speaking. In many ways, I wouldn't mind having a Suicide Squad game depicting of lesser known villains trying to prove their worth and take on a villain that we had never heard of. Because obviously DC has a Joker that's the main villain that Arkham games or the Batman films or cartoons will always go back to. But and how many times are we going to see Condiment King, or was it an Eggman guy, or Crazy Quilt? He's in the Arkham universe. Bring out other villains that we don't see and give them their own story arc. Give them their own story to tell. And have it on a smaller scale where we don't have to worry about fighting Justice League at all. They can drop hints in the background of how Bruce Wayne faked his death and came out of retirement, came back as Batman. Give us a story in the background telling what's happening outside of this little event, and we'll gradually get to that. The four main characters of the Suicide Squad are great. The personalities, interactions, are funny, entertaining, and they move the story along. And while I don't like the fact that it's in the Arkham series, I like the homage that they give to Batman in the previous trilogy in the Batman Museum. And it's taken you through the whole thing to show how people do appreciate Batman and Bruce Wayne for what they've done. So you get this whole great homage to the whole series. You get actors who reenact lines said from the first three games. Also, the homage they gave to Kevin Conroy at the end is a nice farewell to his character. The game reminds me of the Suicide Squad movie done by James Gunn, where these misfit characters, with the most well-known being Harley Quinn and I guess Captain Boomerang, are being thrown into this task to stop a giant alien starfish. And that's what I think the game missed out on. It could be set in the Arkham universe, but not have Batman in it. Or maybe have the Suicide Squad stop Batman. Why has it got to be the Justice League? Why Brainiac? Seems like it's a large leap from the isolated Batman Arkham games that seem to be cut off from the whole world and just focusing on Batman to just jumping to everybody being taken over by fight Brainiac. And again, it's sad because the characters portrayed in the game of the Justice League do a great job. They capture how they would interact and they give different performances. Also, it's weird seeing Batman in broad daylight. I don't think any Arkham game takes place during the day, but okay, cool. And the sad part is, you didn't get to see Justice League be a team. They're already under Brainiac's control when this all happened. I have a strange feeling that, like, now they're hinting at that maybe Batman might return. There are theories that they fought just clones of the Justice League and not the real ones, or I think it'll be more of an Elseworlds version of Batman. We'll see later on in like expansion pack probably. I don't know, but I feel like there's more of a story to tell that we're just not seeing between Arkham Knight to Suicide Squad. But yeah, that's all I have right now for the video. I know the Suicide Squad game got like not the best reviews, but this is more like a different take on more of why was this set in the Arkham universe, because I kind of didn't really see that discussed too much. Why not just have a standalone Justice League game and make it its own thing? This is more like a quick view on, was it the right choice to be set in the Arkham universe? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, let me know how you think the game was, leave a comment below, like, subscribe, share, and have a good day.